Hello, everyone. This is Roman Bogomazov, and today is April 27th. This is our session number 8 on Wyckoff method in the Chinese markets. And today, as always, with me, my student Joe Gobbin, and Joe Gobbin is going to translate.
大家好，这里是罗蒙博格马佐夫教授。今天是2018年4月27日，这是我们的第8次视频。今天呢，我们将讨论一些个股，而且跟我在一起做翻译的，是我的学生赵国本先生。
So we both would like to thank all of you for sending emails, for sending us your comments, your questions. It's we are very happy to receive those, and we really appreciate that. Today we're gonna cover the 10% rule, and this is a very specific rule to the Chinese markets. So we'll talk a little bit about this. We'll have the chart and an explanation as to how Wyckoff method could potentially help in this type of the situation. And then we're gonna now go to the level of the stocks. We've talked about the Shanghai and Shenzhen composites. Then we talked about the sectors and industry groups. Today we'll concentrate on specific stocks.
我们呢，首先要感谢大家给我们发信，然后给我们留言，给我们提出了很多建议，而且给我们提供了很多帮助，谢谢大家，谢谢大家。然后呢，前一段时间我们谈到了上证指数，深证指数，然后呢，我们进行了各个行业分析、行业指数的分析。今天我们谈一下涨停板和跌停板，因为这个对中国股市来说是非常的特别，在所有股市里面非常特别。我们谈到威科夫方法如何能够帮助大家，在这个涨停板和跌停板的时候，如何交易。另外一些我们要谈几个个股。
And one more thing that I want to mention at the beginning of the session is that I think that the quality video has been improved, and thank you to Joe Gobbin and another student of ours, Joan Tao, for working on this, and hopefully you guys will enjoy a better quality. So thank you both.
在课之前呢，我们先提一下，现在的录像的质量好像是有一些提高，不知道大家注意没有？大家喜不喜欢现在的质量？这个质量的提高呢，是由他的另外一个学生叫钟先生和赵国本一块儿来做这个工作，最主要是钟涛先生了。好，谢谢钟涛先生。
All right, let's look at the first stock, and we're going to discuss the 10% rule, where there is a 10% decline and the trade stops here. So there is no volume signature, there is not a lot of transactions, and then this limit continues until it actually hits the first bar where there is some kind of buy.
我们首先看这只股票宝千里。宝千里看这只股票最主要是它触发了跌停板。Ramon, I think it's 5% because of a ST stock.
5%, okay.
Yeah. 这是一个宝千里是 ST 的股票，所以说它触发的跌停板是5%。
All right, but the principle is going to be the same as with 10%. So how not to get into this situation? And I think a lot of you Chinese traders and investors have been in this situation, and I feel really bad that some of you might have been there, because basically you're losing probably the majority of your position in this type of stock.
大家看到触发跌停以后，成交量非常小，也就是很少能够在这个阶段内卖出。一些个中国的股民，遇到这种情况，结果被关在里面了，损失了大量的资金。他对这种情况呢，就是觉得就怎么说呢？很抱歉，这种情况发生在一些股民的身上。那么我们就谈一下威科夫的方法，如何避免让大家在这种情况下遭遇损失。
So you can't really do anything once you're locked in this limit move. You only could wait for the bar where you're going to have some kind of buy, and then that's where you could close your position. At that point of time, with this specific stock, Maybe there is no even reason to close the position. I don't know. But I think that the key question that we need to address is not how to get out of this situation, but maybe not how to not get into this situation. And obviously, we're going to use the Wyckoff method to address this.
大家看到在这个跌停以后呢，是基本上是出不来，恐怕能出来的时候就最后这根到这根线的时候，哎，跌停已经跌到底了，出现一根 K 线了，大家可以出来了。但这个时候呢，股价已经非常低了，恐怕你出来都没有什么意义了。或者是说要等第二个庄家再进来，再把股票再炒高了，但是不知道什么时候了。所以说，讨论如何在跌停以后出来意义不太大。最主要我们讨论的是用威科夫方法，如何在跌停之前我们要分析这段，让大家避免介入这种情况。
So looking at this chart, we see that it starts with the decline that originated from the area where institutions probably were active. If we're seeing a decline, this means that they were probably sellers at this point of time. So somewhere in the future, around the area where we have some kind of stopping action, we need to identify if those institutions are coming back. And as we see from the volume signature here, it's actually not the case. So there is a very low institutional participation.
我们看这只股票的图谱来说，最左边我们看到那块成交量比较高，然后呢，它是一个下降通道，下降的阶段。从这个成交量比较高和股价下跌，我们看到恐怕机构是在卖，它是属于卖家。那么卖到一定程度，股价跌到一定程度的时候，然后出现了一个终止行为，也就是在这一块，在阶段 A 这一块，股价开始终止下跌。那么我们要看这个时候，机构又回来了，因为终止行为是机构做的。那我们要看它这段时间机构是买家呢还是卖家呢？但是我们在这块看的时候，成交量很低，虽然有终止行为，有一次大的2次这个比较高的成交量，但是比前一段时间来说，它的成交量仍然比较低，所以我们说这段时间机构的参与度并不高。
Low institutional participation means that demand is of poor quality, and that we could expect the next rallies to be also of poor quality. And we kind of see this from the way how these rallies are developing. If we would look at the distance that the rallies travel, we are seeing that they do not overcome a lot of the points of the resistance that were developed in the decline. They actually travel maybe about 30% of the decline to the upside. And subsequent rallies also do not rally significantly into the area of the initial decline. That is of a poor demand quality and suggesting that there is no lift, there is no institutional support, sponsorship for this particular stock, and institutions are basically out.
那我们从这段时间看，这段这个状况看，那么这个机构的低参与情况就代表了什么？就是说可以预示着它将来的需求也是低质量的。需求的低质量，也就是说这个股票它的上涨是低质量的。那么我们看从这个终止行为以后，它上涨的幅度是多少？没有到整个下跌的幅度的一半，大概只有到30%左右。这是它上涨的低质量的表现。然后再看，随着时间的延长，它有几次现上涨的这个情况，但是它每一次的上涨幅度都不到前高，而且也不到整个下跌幅度的一半。
Another way of looking at this is specific price actions and volume actions on those rallies. So here on this bar, we see an attempt for the first time since the climactic action and the secondary test to overcome the automatic rally high. And it happens on somewhat of a low volume signature, and it has a supply tail So that tells us that as the price is being pushed up by weak hands and they are excited to get back into this position, institutions could possibly, first of all, not support the stock, and then secondly, sell the stock as well.
那么我们通过几个这个拉出线，也可以看到这个供应和需求的表现情况。那么我们看这条线呢，它成交量比较低，但它的价格呢，一度在日内的时候是突破了前高的，突破了前面这个在四纵上涨这个高度，上涨高度以后突破完以后，它有个上影线，也就是说很多的散户，大概是散户买进去以后，把价格推高，推到高处以后，立刻就碰到了供应，价格被打回来了。
And also look at the area where this tail comes. It comes where there is a lot of selling. And this is more of the terminal capitulation selling. But then there is another bar right here on the same level where we see that supply is coming in pretty aggressively.
那我们看到这个上影线的位置，这个上影线的位置呢，刚好处于大量卖单压的位置。从这个位置来讲，这有一个跳空；从这个位置来讲，这有一个大的垂直供应线。
As we go further down the trading range, we see that this level is so crucial. It's so important. The next bar with the supply tail appears on increasing volume signature, suggesting that indeed there is some still selling left at that area.
往右看，随着时间的推长，这里又出现了一个上影线。在这条上影线的时候呢，又是在同一个位置、同一个价格水平。所以说，这里的阻力、供应阻力非常非常之大。这个位置，这个价格位置非常重要。
And then another attempt to do the same thing. The intention behind this rally is to commit above the line of the resistance that was created by the tails, and yet we cannot do this. So result is contracting on this intention to go to the upside, and yet look at the effort. Effort is actually slightly increasing. So we have more effort to push the price up, and yet there is a failure. So a failure would mean that short term we would be expecting some kind of bearish reaction.
到了2017年3月份的时候，我们看这次反弹上涨，它上涨到又是前期的这个压力线、阻力线，而且上涨，你看这个上涨呢，有点是结果比较小，因为没有到前期的这个压力位置，但是看这个成交量其实是比前期大的，也就是说它努力增加了。结果却减小了，也就是说，还有它上涨失败、上冲失败，所以说在短期来讲，我们认为熊市的意味比较浓。
And then look through the same area. Again, we would be expecting in the areas where supply has come in, supply has come in, supply has come in, supply has come in, supply has come in. We would be expecting that there would be an attempt, the final attempt, the terminal attempt to go up in some kind of upthrust type of manner to the upside, and some selling should occur. And we see that the volume signature increases, meaning that the effort is increasing, but yet, what kind of result do we have? Instead of going even to this level, to the higher level, we're creating a lower high relative to the previous highs. So this shows another failure on increased effort, suggesting that there is some selling that is increasing and suggesting that the reaction is going to unfold.
通过前几次，只要价格一到这个价位，就开始遇到供应，遇到卖单，一到这个价位就，大家看这几个上影线。一到这个价位就开始遇到卖单，然后价格被打回来。那么我们就有一个期望，随着时间的推移，如果散户再买进去，把价格推高的话，那么这个位置可能会再一次遇到卖单。那么就到了2017年6月份到7月份，大家看这里的成交量增加，也就是说买单增加了，价格推高。价格推高呢，其实还没有到 17年3月份的这个高度的时候，就开始大量的卖单，就把价格给阻止住了。这里面说明什么？这里面说明努力增加了，但结果减小了，因为它的高度都没有达到前高，造成了一个这个时候高点比前期的高点低，不到前高。这个时候也就是说它的结果更小了。那么这个时候就是没有达到预期的结果，然后呢，供应增加，也就是说它的熊市的意味更加浓，可能会有比较大的下调。这里做的也是一个上冲回落。
As all of this happens on the background, we're thinking if there is such an inability for the rally to develop, and there is a lot of effort behind it, it must be an element of an upthrust, and therefore we're thinking that this is possibly a redistribution.
结合这个背景，也就是前期的这个下跌背景和这个整个过程的背景，然后呢，这里面有大量的努力、大量的买单、大量的成交量，比以前高的啊，我说这个大量的只是比前面高的成交量，而这里的结果呢却不如前期，所以说我们说，哎，这很有可能，而且它做了一个上冲回落，很有可能是再派发。
We would be thinking if this is a redistribution that we would have phase A with the selling climax, automatic rally, secondary test. That's a stop in action to the previous downtrend. Then we have an area of the test in phase B as an upthrust, and then an area of the test in B as a sign of weakness, a minor sign of weakness. And then the next move that has this increase in the effort would be our phase C with an attempt to upthrust, but because this is a lower high, we would label this as a last point of supply.
下面我们就用魏科夫的结构法来分析一下。那么这里边是一个下降通道，一个下降趋势。到2017年1月份的时候，罗蒙老师把它归结为阶段 A， 为什么呢？它这里面有一个终止行为，就是把停止行为，也就是把下降的这个趋势给停止了。这里面有拍卖高潮，然后自动上升，然后有二次测试，然后这样下降趋势就终止了。终止完以后到了阶段 B， 阶段 B 最主要是一个消化过程。这里面呢有二次测试，二次测试这里面是表现的是上冲回落，尤其是上冲回落、上冲回落、上冲回落。然后而且呢它也有这里面在底下的测试，这里表现的是在阶段 B 的弱势信号，然后到大量的成交量进来，需求进来，然后做成阶段 C。
If we are suspecting that the bias is to the downside and that this is a potential redistribution, and we are suspecting that we are in the potential phase C where the price is failing to reach the new high, we should understand what would be the point of capitulation for us with this position. For instance, as we look at the first move up, the reaction creates a short-term support area right here. And as the next move up goes into the area of the resistance and fails and has some kind of localized test to that fail rally, we would like to get out of this position somewhere here on this bar. And this bar is actually a really good bar for us to consider to exit the position if we were caught up in this position. It has the elements of the increased effort that suggest that the selling is there, even though it has a tail and might suggest also some demand, but we are failing really fast below 2 of the short-term support levels. So we probably should be getting out on this bar. This is going to be our first exit out of this terrible position.
那么我们看看啊，我们作为魏科夫方法的人来说，如何在这个阶段来脱身？因为这个方向来讲，它不是上升就是下降，对不对？如果说是下降，那么有可能下跌，有可能这是这个阶段 C。如果说好多人也看不出来这是下跌，不知道这是再派发的话，那我们看 有可能有些个股友的话，他会在这里面买进，买进完以后，我们希望这只股票是上涨的，但是它在这里做成了一个盘整波段、盘整区间，做成一个盘整区间的时候呢，而且它到了这儿以后，它出现了一个在这儿出现一个小顶，也就是在这儿就开始终止下跌了。然后这两只 K 线，它是对前面这个顶的一个测试，也就是看看有多少的这个需求还有，如果需求很高的话，它肯定会突破。在这里面它没有突破，它反而下跌了，而且这根 K 线它在短期内跌破了2个支撑线，2层支撑线。所以说，如果我们在这里面有买入的话，在任何一个阶段有买入的话，到这儿的时候，我们就应该看出来，在这里上升已经不可能了。这只 K 线是大家第一次卖出点。
Let's assume that we did not get out on this bar. Then what? Would we see that this is a distribution? Would we have another opportunity to get out? And I think that we do. I think that the next bar to the downside has that type of characteristic where the demand is not coming in, even though we might be thinking that there is some kind of demand tail on the bar prior to that. There is no lift on the rally. So therefore, the next bar that fails on decreasing supply signature shows us that there is some kind of ease of movement. The price moves easily to the downside without supply increasing, suggesting that the demand is of poor quality and we should sell.
然后，假如说有一些股友在这条线还是没有出来，而且有一些人说，哎，你看到没有？这里条下影线啊，下影线代表的是需求介入，代表的是买单向上拖，对不对？对。但是下一条线，也就是这个买单拖的情况下，下影线存在的情况下，它无力上涨，发现没有？然后这到了在第三条线的时候，又一次大量的开始大量下跌，大幅度下跌。这个时候我们说的是什么？我们说是 ease of movement 的向下。也就是说它轻松下移。
And even if we fail to get out on this bar or this bar, then the next bar down also gives us that opportunity. It shows us a break to the downside and a touch of the sign of weakness, which suggests that there's going to be some kind of continuation. And if we did not get out on that bar, the last attempt for us to get out on the substantially increased supply signature is just right here. And that's where the stock becomes a special stock and has a special treatment. And after that, it's all about, 5% move to the downside each time. And you kind of caught up in that limit, drive to the downside. You can't do anything, and I really feel bad for you if you were caught up in this situation. So hopefully all of these signs that we're discussing are going to help you out to understand that rather than trying to figure out how to get out of this situation, because you can't, you should really think about what happens before and how you should act before that.
也就这条线来说是第一个卖出点。如果大家没有在这儿卖出的话，也应该在第二条线这条线进行卖出。如果再没有卖的话，那么什么时候是我们发现，哎，这个股票绝对是下跌股票，而不是一只要上涨的股票呢？就是第三条这条线它已经碰触了这个低点，也应该卖出。如果还没有卖出，到了这个低点以后已经是跳空下跌，也就是这个跌势已经是非常非常快了，这是最后一条逃命线。如果再不能逃命的话，那么大家一看已经是跌停了，而这个时候大家根本出不来。所以说到了跌停以后，我们已经不用想了。所以说我们大家考虑的是跌停之前，在这一段时间，我们大家要用魏科夫的方法来分析，这到底是一只强的股票还是一只弱的股票，要在这里面要做出行动了。
Another cool thing here as a tool, and this is probably more for intermediate advanced students, but I thought, and I was talking to Mike about this, we thought that it would be a cool thing to show, is think about always the price levels where there's going to be some kind of increased activity between institutions and the public. This is where the place where the majority of the transactions are going to take place. And usually those places are going to be defined by an increased volume signature. So you want to understand the price levels of that particular price and volume interaction between the strong hands and the weak hands. And you want to identify that area and look at how the price behaves around this area. So we see how the price goes up and then comes back into the into this range. So it acts as an upthrust. There is a built-in upthrust element into this, and then it has increased supply to the downside, and then a breakdown below this area. So that all suggests weakness. That all suggests that if institutions were buyers right here, they would be getting out, but they were actually not buyers. They were sellers at this point. And this is more of the weaker hand type of rally. So extremely important to identify this type of price levels.
另外一个罗蒙老师说的是一个比较中高阶的话题。那么这个话题呢，就是说机构和散户之间的互动，他们的互动在哪里？那么我们看这两只 K 线，它的成交量比较高。一般来说，成交量比较高的时候，我们知道是机构参与的时候。那么这两条 K 线呢，又是上升 K 线。那么机构在这里是不是买家呢？我们要分析一下，他买完以后，你看这只股票以弱的成交量，立刻就开始下跌。买完以后就开始下跌。它如果说是买的话啊，这个开线以后，它立刻下跌。下跌以后是弱的成交量到这个位置做了一个上冲回落，上冲，然后立刻就回落了。而且回落这根 K 线的时候，一只 K 线就打到了这两只上升 K 线的底部，然后在这块的时候就已经突破了。所以说突破了以后，它已经是如果它是买家的话，它突破了这条 K 线，就说明恐怕这两只高的成交量线机构不是在买，而是借一个机会，或者是消息，或者是大家的什么东西，然后再卖。
Well, hopefully, you guys will not be in this type of situations. And if you were, let's take this as a lesson for us in the future not to do this. And hopefully, Wyckoff method will help you out not to get into this situation. So a structural analysis, supply and demand analysis, effort versus result analysis, the relative comparative analysis should help you out to stay out of this type of positions.
希望各个股友不会遇到这种情况，不会被这个跌停给关在里面，因为这是输钱的这个很坏的一种情况。那么希望威科夫方法能够帮助到大家，尤其是你看我们用了威科夫结构分析法，这个到底是什么结构？然后呢，用了威科夫供应与需求的这个关系分析法，用了努力和结果这个关系的分析法。也使用了我看啊，他还用了一个威科夫什么分析方法，然后也就是说这些方法都希望能够帮助到大家，避免这种情况的发生。
All right, so now let's look at our stocks. We're going to discuss 5 stocks today. And the first one is the banking stock. So this stock has had an area of accumulation in 2009 to 2014, and then there was a quick uptrend to the higher level.
那么下面我看一下个股。第一只股票是浦发银行，浦发银行这个是周线图，它表现的是2009年到2015年的时候是一个吸筹区间，然后到了2015年以后是快速拉升。
In general, banking stocks should be benefiting from the current economic environment, but we're seeing that there is not a lot of progression for the stock to advance the price to the upside. Every time there is some kind of advance, we're seeing that the thrust of this advance on making the new highs is contracting. So Wyckoff called this an upward thrust, or in this case, a shortening of the upward thrust. And that usually would signify some kind of change of character, a possible reversal, stop in action, and also a change of bias.
一般来说，银行股呢，它应该受益于目前的经济情况。但大家看这只股票啊，它有一个特点，就是说我们看到从2014年这个拉升完以后呢，它每一次的拉升幅度，就是这个上涨的幅度都在减低，它一波比一波减低。大家看到这一波，然后这是这么大这个涨了这么大一块距离，但到下一波的时候，2015到2016年的时候，它涨的是这么一个距离。2016年到目前来说，它涨的是这么一段距离，也就是它每一次它涨的距离都逐渐在缩短。所以说这个在魏科夫的一个词里面叫做 shortening of thrust，SOT， 也就是向上的怎么说冲刺在不断减低。我到时候把这个名词再好好的再整理一下啊。这个在孟老师的书里面有详细的介绍。然后这个代表什么？代表一个特性改变，也就是它这个特征已经变了，代表有可能会反转，有可能会停止。这也是说目前的方向在发生变化。
As we were looking at the price and the shortening of the thrust, we also should look at the volume signature as a function of effort. So we're seeing that on the largest rally right here, we saw a lot of buying. Then the buying actually started to diminish on all of the subsequent rallies. This one right here, this one right here. And then there is really not a lot of buying at all in the area of the consolidation. So we see a little bit of the increase in the demand signature, and we're just producing such a low result, such a small result for the increase of the demand signature. And then what's interesting about this area right here is that effort definitely increases relative to the previous area of what we see in the trading range. Yet, what is the result of this increase in effort? The result is definitely decreasing. Instead of the rally like this, we are having the rally that is so much smaller, and it cannot overcome the high, the previous high, and it's actually making a slightly lower high. A smaller result on increased effort signature suggests a short-term bearish condition.
大家看到这个 SOT 这个情况的时候，我们看一看成交量的变化是多少。成交量在最上涨最凶的时候，它成交量是非常高的，也就是这里面的需求很大。然后再看第二段的这个成交量和第三段这个成交量，大家看到第三段上涨的时候，也就是2015年年底的这一波上涨的时候，它成交量已经比前两段成交量低的很多很多。然后到了2016年到2017年的这段时间，大家几乎看到成交量几乎看不到了。这段时间，也就是在它盘整的时候，成交量非常非常低。然后到了2017年年底这波的时候，有一波小上涨，大家看没有？但是它的上尾线、下尾线都很高。然后呢，这段时间它的上涨，也就是 effort 努力增加了，但看到结果呢，结果却在下跌。也就是这个时候，我们说它是一个短期内，也就是近期内它熊的意味比较浓，而且在这段时间它做了这段时间的高点，甚至不如前一段时间2017年年中的高点高。
So as we are expecting a reaction to develop, we want to think about the structure. And it seems like there was a very clearly defined stop in action, buying climax, automatic reaction, which defined that change of character. And actually, change of character has been shown before on the preliminary supply right here. And then a secondary test, inability of the price, to go to the buying climax highs only in phase B. It seems like it's materializing. And it seems to me that this type of the behavior in the potential phase C looks more like an upthrust with the test. So what could we expect after phase C and after the upthrust? Well, we could expect some kind of sign of weakness that would be followed by a rally of a poor quality, and then a possible continuation to the downside. And that would be our bearish scenario. In the bullish scenario, we would be expecting some kind of absorption to happen. And this absorption could still start at the lower levels of the support or even below the support, and then potentially could come back into the trading range, consolidate, and then go up. So these are the two scenarios that we look at, but predominantly we don't see the institutions coming into this position and accumulating, and therefore our first priority bias is going to be a continuation of the short-term reaction, and we want to see what kind of stopping action we're going to have around this area right here.
根据这段的时间的价格表现，我们立刻就可以画出一个结构来。这个结构来说就是抢购高潮、自动下跌、二次测试，然后呢把这条线拉过来，大家可以看到正好是上冲回落，而且上冲回落呢正好有一个上冲回落后的测试，或者是派发后的上冲回落，我们大家都可以把这么规定。甚至大家看这个里面有一个派发和这个高潮抢购高潮的行为在哪？其实在这个抢购高潮之前就已经开始发生了，这里是初次供应。然后呢，目前来讲，它的价格已经开始短期内熊市意味下跌。它这儿罗蒙老师在这儿画了一条支撑线，就是在这个自动下跌的底部，这儿画成了一个水平的支撑线。有可能在一个比较弱的情况下，这个价格会测试这条测试这个水平线。有可能测试完了以后呢，它虚弱的到了这里是一个稍稍向上的通道，会测试这个通道。如果还熊市继续的话，那么价格会再跌下来，这是比较熊的一种情况。如果是稍稍牛的情况下，也就或者说机构进来把这个供应吸收掉，因为这供应本来正好比较低，虽然有，但是也比较低，进来把它吸收掉的话，那么会价格正好吸收完以后立刻就回到这个交易区间之内，然后在这里面再继续盘整吸收完以后开始上升。目前来我们还没有看到机构的影子在这里。
All right. Well, let's go to the next one. And this one is from the insurance industry group. So this one has even a weaker structure than the previous one that we've looked at. And we've seen a very clearly defined climactic run into the high of the buying climax. And it's been associated with not just the distance that has traveled, but the spread to the upside that is increasing. We see that the demand signature is increasing as well. So weekends are extremely excited about the stock and they want to get in. And then it's been followed by the change of character on the automatic rally. The supply is increasing significantly relative to anything that we've seen before. So that suggests that something is going on. There is probably either some profit taken or some initial points of the distribution. And then look at the secondary test. Mike has mentioned in our preparation for this class that the secondary test is actually comes to around 1/2 of the range. And that's our first initial attempt to retest the buying climax. So that shows not necessarily the presence of a lot of sellers, but it suggests that demand is of poor quality.
这只股票我们看的是平安保险，这只平安保险从结构来讲，它比上一只股票浦发银行的股票要弱一些。然后我们首先看，这是一只非常清晰的抢购高潮，这条高潮的这个过程。我们说它是抢购高潮，不只是它价格移动了这么多，甚至大家看这个价差，也就是这个从高点到低点这个价差，明显的要比前一段时间的价差要增加。然后看到成交量也是向上的，大家都认为它这只股票非常牛的时候，结果到了高潮顶点的时候就开始股票下跌，也就是它的供应增大，到了自动下跌完以后呢，然后再看二次测试，也就是这个测试的时候，测试的是什么？测试的是需求，看看这个需求还有多少，能不能把价格再继续上涨。而2次的时候二次测试，大家发现它都只最后到了这个自动下跌幅度的1/2就停止了。这里面说明它不只是前一段时间供应加大， 而且是说这一段时间的需求也弱。
When we see a change of character happen, and when it's confirmed, and it's being confirmed by the secondary test, we are assuming that the next environment that we're going to operate in is going to be a trading range. And it's only after that that we need to figure out what kind of bias this trading range is going to have. And that only could happen through the effort versus result analysis or supply and demand, and also through the structural analysis. So looking, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. 当我们看到这里面有一个特性改变，也就是高潮以后有个特性改变，而且这个特性改变被2次测试确认以后，我们就可以知道，哎，那么这里面可能会形成一个交易区间，也就是咱们所说的盘整区间。那么这个盘整区间的方向是什么呢？那么我们就通过2个方法来分析，一个是当然结构法，另外一个就是努力和结果，或者是说供应和需求的关系这个分析法来分析这个交易区间的将来的突破方向。
So we want to discuss a bias first. We want to understand what kind of bias we have. And we know that in the areas of the distribution, one of the things that are going to happen, or a couple of things that are going to happen, is that the down volatility is going to increase, and therefore it's going to be reflected in the increase of the supply signature, and the result to the downside is going to increase. And the second portion of this equation of the bias, and specifically the distribution, is going to be demand diminishing, producing lesser result to the upside, and demand becoming of poor quality.
那么我们首先谈这个突破的方向，将来可能出现的突破的方向。如果是说，那么这个盘整区间或交易区间它是派发，也就是说这个方向是向下的，我们可能会看到哪2种方向呢？首先是向下的振幅增大，向下方向的振幅增大，这就表现为它成交量供应增加了，向下这个向下 K 线的供应增加。而且呢，还有一个就是向上 K 线的需求量，它成交量减低，需求减低，这样就造成了向上的结果也减低。
So let's look at these two elements. What do we see? If we would be comparing this reaction, reaction number 2, to the initial change of character reaction, reaction number 1, we could see that first, result has increased much more. We see that in the increase of the spread, and also the distance that has been traveled to the downside. We also could see that intention-wise, we are producing the new lower low, which is extremely important. It just tells us that supply is very active, selling is very active, institutions are very active selling the stock, and then, or distributing the stock. And then we see that the effort has increased dramatically over the same period of time in the change of character, where the effort is less. So therefore we have the down volatility increase on the increased supply signature, and we have the result to the downside also increasing, suggesting that reactions are acting as if this is a distribution.
那么比较一下这2个下降波段，那么看这个盘整区间的2个下降波段，这是波段1、波段2。那么波段1呢是特性改变的这个波段，从这个波段2来讲，我们认为它第一，它的这个下降的幅度增加了，也就是这长度，从这上的长度要比下降1的长度要高。第二呢，大家看到的价差增大，也就看到这个从这个价差要比这个价差要大得多。第三呢，是通过它的目的，也就是这个目的，也就是说什么？如果是它下跌的话，它看看它是不是跌破了前期的支撑线，也就是这个它跌破了，形成了一个底比底低，这个非常非常重要。也就换句话说，它 目的达到了，它就跌破了前期的支撑。那么再看成交量，这里的成交量呢，在下降波段2的成交量，它比下降1的成交量比较多，也就换句话说，它是努力增加了。那么看，努力增加了，结果增大了，也就是向下的这个振幅增大了，也就是换句话说，这块里面是派发的迹象非常浓厚。
Now let's look at the rallies. Is demand diminishing? Is it becoming of poor quality? Is the result to the upside contracting? So we would look at the first rally, rally number 1, that's a climactic run rally. We definitely have a lot of great bullish characteristics right there. The next rally is of different quality. It's very laborious. It has bigger reactions to the downside, and it happens on the effort increase and the decrease of the result. That suggests when we have an effort increase and decrease of the result, more of the bearish picture, stating that maybe supply is coming in and stopping that rally, or demand is becoming of such poor quality where institutions are no longer interested in this stock, and the rally cannot produce a significant result.
那么刚才谈到了这个供应，也就是这两个下降波段的供应情况。那么我们看看这两个上涨波段的需求情况。那么它画了两个上涨波段。那么上涨波段2，也就是这个波段2，大家看到它的成交量趋势是比上涨波段1的成交量高。换句话说，我们说它的努力增加了。那么结果呢？大家可以看到，通过这个上涨的距离来说，波段2要比距离1上涨波段1要显著的低，所以说它的结果是减低了。努力增加，结果减低，所以说这是熊市的意味。
The next step would be to look at the next two rallies, rally number 3 and rally number 4. So when we look at rally number 3, it definitely diminishes the result even more than rally number 2. And we see how effort is decreasing as well. So we have a situation where on rally number 2 high, the demand has been tested. It met the supply and it shows a poor quality. On rally number 3, that poor quality is becoming even worse, and therefore result is contracting. And we could say that institutions are not in this position. They are not supporting the stock, and that's why the price is only being supported by weak hands. And then rally number 4, which looks like a trading range, but it is an attempt to rally. There is one attempt to rally and there is a second attempt to rally, and it fails. And it's very, very flat. It kind of like lies around this area of the support that was created by the automatic reaction. And this is what Wyckoff was calling an ice. It would rest on the ice, try to go up and can't go, and it's going to go down. So developing more bearish characteristics.
那么刚才呢，罗蒙老师还讲一个情况，就是在这段时候，在这个波段2的时候啊，它努力增加了，然后结果却减低了，也就是说这里面的需求的质量非常低。看到这种情况下呢，很多机构就不再买了，也就是说它兴趣减低了。那么再看波段3和波段4，它画另外两个上涨波段。这两个上涨波段呢，大家一看，哎，成交量已经低下来了，也就是说机构不感兴趣的时候，成交量就会低，对不对？然后呢，再看它的结果。结果也比波段2要显著的低，它的高点已经不能再推到前期的这个盘整这个区间的高点了。然后到波段4的时候，它的就更低了，低到什么程度？它已经是一个水平线了，一个水平的这个区间了，而不是一个上涨的，而不是一个上斜的区间。然后呢，再看它的结果，结果每一次都比前一段时间的都比前一个波段的这个上涨距离要低。而且呢，它已经跌破了前期的这个支撑线，自动下跌的支撑线。这段时间呢，在这种情况下，大家就可以画一条曲线，这个曲线叫冰线。很多朋友股友对这个冰线都非常熟悉，这也是魏科夫的一个魏科夫的一个名词了，魏科夫派一个名词叫冰线。 如果这个价格跌到冰线以下，而不能回到冰线以上的话，那么这只股票基本上预示着还要下跌。
Now, combining these two ideas, the idea of the increased down volatility on the supply increase and the increase in the result to the downside, with the contracting demand signature and unwillingness of institutions to support the stock and diminishing result to the upside, we are seeing that there is a deterioration in the quality of the demand. There is an increase of activity on the supply side. And not only that, the result is actually following this type of effort, the result picture, suggesting that this is a distribution.
那么综合这两个方面来看，我们刚才谈到了两个方面，第一是下降的振幅，也就看到这个供应增加了，而且下降的幅度增大了，结果增大了，下降的幅度增大了。然后我们看需求减低了，在逐渐减低，而且需求造成的这种上涨也减少了。那么综合这两方向来看呢，而且呢，我们觉得它是弱的，熊市的意味比较浓，熊的意味比较浓，不叫熊市啊，熊的意味比较浓。而且我们看到价格呢也在逐渐的拉低，那么整个综合来看，我们认为是派发的可能性比较大。这里就是派发。
All right. Well, so much for this talk. The only other thought that I have here that I want to mention again, and this is a little bit more for intermediate and advanced students, when you are thinking about the bias and you're thinking, okay, well, this is probably a distribution as we go into this potential phase C, what would be the levels of where the price might stop, might up thrust into? And you always want to define the very important levels of volume signature on the price where a lot of transaction has happened, the exchange between the strong hands and the weak hands. And we kind of see this in this bar right here. So defining the levels of this bar would suggest to us the level of the price where in phase C, there probably could be a stop in action. So we don't necessarily expecting the price to reach the higher level. We're just expecting it to go to a very important level where initially we saw a lot of transaction change. So therefore, this is where we would be expecting some kind of reversal in phase C.
那么下面谈的一个话题呢，有可能是对于中高阶的同学说的了。那么我们就看，经过了阶段 A、阶段 B 以后，我们认为，哎，这个阶段 C 它会反弹到哪一个地方呢？那我们就要看成交量或换手率最高的地方。换手率也就是说，从机构的手中派发到散户手中的哪里的派发量最高？那我们看这条线，这条 K 线，这条 K 线的时候，它成交量比较高，又是一个上跳空。然后，但是呢，看这条线的时候，我们很多人先看，哎，它比较强啊，那个成交量也高，又是跳空往上走。但是猛然间发现它上面上涨的幅度并不高，也就是通过这条线来说，我们觉得是机构向散户派发的最强的一条线。那么通过这条线以后，也就是说这个地方形成了一个这个区域形成了一个很大的供应区。那么下面来说，机构越来越不会买了，那么散户是买进去的。那么散户买到什么地方他就买不动了呢？也就是这个区域内，这个区域是一个非常高的派发区或者是供应区。也就是从这一点来说，在阶段 C 的时候，我们通过这条线和这个区域，我们就可以大致猜测出来，大概价格不会升到前期的高点，恐怕到这儿就已经快结束了。
All right, let's go through other stocks a little bit quicker. This is a construction space and kind of the same idea here with this particular stock, where we have a very big climactic run with the buying climax, automatic reaction, secondary test. That defines our stop in action in phase A. That suggests that we're going to have some kind of trading range. So then we need to define what kind of bias we're going to have here. looking at that bias, we are looking at phases B, C, and D, and we'll discuss this in a second.
那么这只股票中国建筑，我们都看到它有一个非常明确的抢购高潮，这个高潮阶段上涨，然后呢，立刻就开始自动下跌，大幅度的下跌。下跌完以后呢，我们确定在2次测试，我们就看到这个整个阶段 A 是一个终止行为，也就是上升的趋势终止了。然后我们画一个交易通道、交易区间不是交易通道，交易区间也就是盘整区间。然后我们看那个盘整区间，然后我们再判断这里面的方向。
So we see from the effort and the result that the effort is contracting into phase B. And the result is also diminishing. We're having a lower high, another lower high relative to the climactic high. And even if the high number 2 is being overcome by the next rally, this progress is not significant. So result is still diminishing as the intention was to overcome the previous resistance that was created by the buying climax, and then have the capacity to stay above that, but it doesn't happen. So diminishing result on diminishing effort signature would suggest some kind of inability of the demand to advance the price up, and therefore it's going to be short-term bearish.
那我们看阶段 B， 通过这个成交量分析的话，那么阶段 A 的成交量是最高的，到这儿的时候，到阶段 B 开始出事的时候已经减低，到这儿越来越低，也就是说它的努力的程度在减低。那我们看结果到2次测试的时候，它不到前高，所以说它是弱势的，这个结果减低。到3的时候，它虽然是超过了2的高度，但相对于抢购高潮这个1的高度来说，它还是低。如果是它比较强的话，我们会遇到一种什么情况？它突破前高，而且能在上面守住，这是比较强的情况。而到这个点3的时候，它没有突破前高，而且立刻就降下来。通过这个结果来说，我们认为它还是低。这个时候来说，努力减低了，结果也低。所以说我们说它是短期来讲，它还是熊市的意味比较浓。
We know that in the distribution, in phase C, on the upthrust attempt, we usually would have some kind of volume increase or effort increase. And we're going to have some kind of temporary result that is going to identify commitment above the resistance or attempt to commit. But that result ultimately will fail. And that's what's going to define that bearish sentiment to us going into the future. So look at the effort. It is slightly increasing as we have a second point of excitement. The first one was on the climactic run. The second one was on this run right here. And we are seeing that the result is actually less. We are actually producing a lower high relative to the high number 3, and we can't go further up. So it's exactly this picture right here that suggests that this was indeed a potential phase C in the distribution, and we could expect a move to the downside, which happens this way.
那我们看看发展到阶段 C 的时候，大家知道有上冲回落，或者有的时候不到上冲回落，我们说上冲回落的企图，就是企图做一个上冲回落，但它没有做上去，庄家没有做上去，这种情况，基本上来说，这种情况的时候都会伴随着一个什么成交量增加，也就是在最后的时候它会上冲一下，成交量努力会增加，冲一下。但是呢，一般上来说，即使是你做成上冲回落的话，它也只是比前面稍微高一点，然后但是立刻就会回到交易区间内，立刻下跌。也就是说它跌回去，然后就是结果是减低的。在这种情况下，我们认为它努力增加了，结果减低了。这个时候呢，它短期内熊市的意味比较浓。我们看刚好符合这种情况，在这块成交量增加了， 而且这段上涨呢，这个罗蒙老师把它叫做第二次热情做多，而这块然后也就是说它的努力增加了，但结果却减低了，所以说这块是熊市的意味比较浓。
The last thought here that I have is, even though we look at this as a potential distribution, there might be an attempt to go up at some point, and we would need to see what kind of levels are possible here for the rally. But if the rally is going to be of poor quality, then we could potentially just go down from here.
还有一点，罗蒙老师要提醒大家的是，大家看到这里好像是一个下降通道，但是在这个通道的时候已经触及底部的时候，它有可能会反弹一下，然后这个时候呢，看到反弹以后，我们就要再画一个交易通道，然后呢，看看这个反弹的质量如何。如果是反弹质量不高，机构还不想买，没有需求的话，那么有可能价格就会跌下来，就会彻底的崩溃。
All right, let's go to the next one. And this one is, again, in the construction space. And we see the last run to the upside. We have kind of like one climactic action, then upthrust action, then another upthrust action. And this whole area right here has its own slightly distribution qualities, even though the price is going up on the higher highs and higher lows. But then the next reaction to the downside, that's a true change of character. That suggests that we are going to be in the trading range, and that we have to think about the bias.
这只股票是海螺水泥。海螺水泥它的特点是什么？它在上涨的过程中就开始有派发，大家看没有？这会出现一个在上涨，在出现价格逐渐升高的时候，出现了一个小高潮，然后另外一个上冲回落，也就是在上涨过程中它已经开始派发了，然后到派发完以后，在这块出现了一个自动下跌，自动下跌是一个真正的特性改变，也就是通过这个自动下跌和高潮行为，还有二次测试来说，它构成了一个交易区间，然后通过这个交易区间，我们来看将来的方向。
I would be really reluctant to put a distribution pattern on this particular stock. And the reason why is because there is a lot of prior leadership characteristics which I like for this particular stock. So that tells me that institutions have been holding this stock and not as I was talking about this, the prior leadership is extremely important. Institutions are holding this stock in their portfolio. They are unwilling to sell it decisively. And whatever selling is happening right here, it's actually kind of mediocre. I mean, this is the reaction that we get, let's say, on this whole move to the upside. This is not necessarily of distribution qualities, at least yet. We need to see some kind of increase of volatility in order for us to say that this is a distribution. If volatility is going to keep decreasing, then this will turn out to be a reaccumulation. And the second idea here with the stock on the bias, that we can't really define the bias yet, is because we are predominantly in phase B right now. We are like in this middle of this range, and it's really hard for us to decide this. So the way to behave around this stock is, if you have a position, just hold on to this position, at least for now. Or if you're not in this position, try to define the bias, the next bias, as it approaches a potential phase C. Other than that, just wait.
OK， 我要跟大家道歉一下啊，我刚才翻译有点失误。罗蒙老师虽然说这还出现了几次上冲回落，但他并没有讲派发。大概我的翻译中我是说，在上拉的过程中边拉边派发，他没有讲派发。其实他不愿意把这只股票目前来说就定性为派发或者是怎么样，因为什么呢？因为这只股票在上涨的过程中啊，它有一些特点，这个特点就是什么？它在上涨的过程中经常是就是说前期的领导者，也就是说它是个领涨的股票。 它领涨的这个位置，而且每次在到了领涨完以后盘整的时候都没有大量的卖出迹象。你看它领涨完以后盘整的时候都没有大量的卖出迹象，而这一次到这儿来说，它只是比较怎么说呢？就是比较上涨的动力比较减弱了。减弱完以后，即使是在下跌的过程中，自动下跌的过程中，它的成交量也没有那么高，没有像是派发的成交量。而目前来讲呢，我们认为它是在阶段 B。阶段 B 的时候呢，也就是说，我们要通过这个阶段 B 来说，来看将来的方向是什么，看它是不是，这个是不是振幅加大了，卖出增加了。如果这样的话，那么有可能它就是派发。如果不是，如果是说振幅在不断的减低，而需求出现的时候，它有可能是再吸筹的过程。所以说我们要一直要继续观察。如果是说罗蒙老师说，如果你有这只股票的话，那么可能你目前来说不用卖，要密切观察。如果是没有这只股票，没有持有这只股票，那我们现在需要等待，看它把方向定出来，也就是看看庄家到底是什么方向，然后再做决定。
All right, let's go to the next one, and this one in the alcohol, Maltai. I'm looking forward to try it, as I was discussing with Mike. So an uptrend, and look at this leadership. I mean, this is the stock that all of us would like to be in on the way up. This is the typical stock that you want to be in and stay in the trend until it's done. And there are two changes of character that we see here that are very, very distinct. If you're going to start exiting your position around this area or on the way up into the climactic run as well, or on the change of character, whatever places you exit, you should be benefiting from this whole move up to the upside.
大家看这只股票贵州茅台，他说贵州茅台从上涨的阶段来看啊，是我们大家人人都想介入的股票，而且都希望在底端，在这个价格比较低的时候介入，然后呢持有这只股票，一直持有到顶端。那么到目前来说，而且罗梦老师开玩笑，他问我这只股票是什么的时候，我告诉他这是酒的股票，中国酒的股票最好的酒，茅台酒。我问他喝过没有，他说没有。哎呀，他说这个等到将来试一试，尝一尝。看这只股票是非常非常强的股票。那么到最近这一段时间呢，在2017年的年底，大概10月份左右和2018年年初，这有2次下跌，是特性改变性质的下跌，就跌幅比较大。那么如果我们说，如果一个人持有在低点持有，到最后来说，从2017年看到这种大幅下跌的时候，你就出来。或者是在2017年底到2018年年初的这段上涨，你如果在任何一点出来的话，或者在这个下跌的前期出来，那么你都保有了大部分的利润，也就是说，这些卖点都是非常好的。
And because it has been a leader, again, the bias here is a little bit under the question. Now, I could argue that there is some institutional presence that we could see from this volume signature. Do you see how the volume signature has expanded so drastically? So there is some kind of institutional activity in this area. And what do? Well, there is a stop in action, so some sell in there. There is a change of character, so some selling in there. There is another attempt to stop the price from going up, so some selling in there. There is an increase in the supply signature, or another change of character, so there is some selling. So it looks like this is an area where institutions were extremely active, and then right now there is this period of institutional inactivity, and therefore when they are not active in the stock, this is what happens. They're not supporting the stock anymore. So there are two things that could happen here. The first one is that we are going to go into a potential reaccumulation, and the second one is that we're going to develop some kind of distribution qualities to this particular behavior, and then the stock could go down. So we still need to wait and decide what's going to happen.
这只股票呢，大家从成交量上来看，看这段时间的成交量要比前一段时间的成交量显著的增加。所以说，我们说这只股票在目前这段时间来说，2017年的后半年到2018年年初2月份之前，庄家或者是大机构非常活跃。由于这只是领涨股票，所以说目前来说，他认为方向是什么？我们大家要看领涨股票方向要看，即使有一定的派发以后，它的方向我们也要继续观察。那么这个派发迹象的 K 线在哪？大家看，正好有一次终止行为的 K 线，这里面有一终止行为的 K 线，然后有大量下跌，特性改变的这里是卖，这里又有一只终止行为的 K 线，也就是说终止行为的 K 线就是说明声暗卖，股价在上升，其实是庄家在卖，然后这里面有一个迅速的这个上涨的过程，到这儿又开始所以说这里面确实有一些个机构在卖出股票，卖出完以后呢，大家进入了阶段 B 以后，大家就看到其实机构已经不是很活跃了，这里面的成交量要比这一段时间的成交量要显著的低，机构不活跃，它造成的结果就是股票自由下滑了。那么在这个阶段 B， 我们说它这是个交易区间或者一个盘整区间，我们需要观察的是什么？第一，它是不是再吸筹，也就庄家再进入把这个股票再买起来，它吸收这些筹码。然后如果是庄家没有吸筹的话，那我们就要看它是不是比方说是这个震动增加啦，或者是振幅增大了，然后是不是很多机构或者是其他人也在卖出，如果他有卖出的话，那么就会出现了一些个派发的迹象。
All right, well, that's it for today. Again, both Joe Goblin and myself, I would like to thank all of you for watching our videos. And we will be waiting for our new meetings and new videos in the next week. Thank you guys so much, and happy trading.
今天就讲到这里，国本和我大家都感谢大家的收看，期望下周跟大家再见。好，谢谢大家，祝你们交易愉快。